Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ailon Nova Guard Jr. Alright, Sherry was just telling me last night that, thanks to, oh, hell, Hazelneck, I think it was you that put it on the cooldown. Sherry was telling me who it was, so sorry, I forget who it was. But, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the SAS fleet, Starbase STO is now on its way to being completed in 9 days, 7 hours, 34 minutes, and 13 seconds. So, we are now finally getting up there. Of course, our dialectic line is completely done, just everything else. Where are you at? Oh, good, that one's available. Okay, that went to the upgrade right there. Yeah, there's an upgrade available. So time to get that one done. That must be the upgrade right there. Yeah, upgrade. Alright, how many do I have? 300? 21. What about you? That's in tier 2. So as you can see, this is pretty much our Saturday morning thing for how the fleet's doing this, everything else and all. So, you know, that's all I'm doing. See, don't tell me who's doing what. But anyway, like I said, as of now, 9 days, 7 hours, 32 minutes, the upgrade tier 4 Starbase to the SAS fleet will finally be done. As you can see already, the Dilithium line had been done a good while ago. And to see apparently it's done that thing, we gotta get this one taken care of. And then that one is done and gone. Just I know we don't have to worry about that no more. No, yeah, it's just left. You know, and that's good because just in time. Because come next week, we'll have a whole nother fleet action thing we'll have to worry about, and our Starbase thing will be going from 5 to 6. So that's where we are now. Tier 3. Once this gets done, you'll unlock Tier 4. But then, when next week comes, we'll have a whole nother Tier 6 to deal with and worry about. Like I said, this is just a, a Saturday morning update on the fleet and the situation on the fleet. So, thank you everybody for grinding and trying to get this done and get it up there. So we finally, got this thing on a timer finally. And of course there's nothing. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start this one. Yeah. No, how many diamonds do I have? Quite a bit. That's got 637. Basic. I dumped all that so we can get rid of this project. Now, like I said, as of now, our dilithium line has been done for a good while. This one I've been, trying to knock down and get rid of it, so we only have to do is worry about the Starbase, and when next week comes out, we'll have a new one we'll have to worry about, just everything else. and I'll try to get rid of that. But, you know, I am happy to say, 9 days, 7 hours, 29 minutes, you know, this could be done, just everything else. And I'll go ahead and start grinding on this one, so I'll try to get this. Because, you know, some people, you know, this is basically a flashy. I mean, there's really no worthwhile, nothing out of it. But I go ahead, you know, put the grind in and get the dilithium up for it, so our Starbase can have the flashies. I mean, pretty much the dilithium line here, I did everything to the dilithium line. So as you can see, there's nothing available now. And the embassy, I've been, you know, grinding and dumping all those flashies, so they'll be available, and just everything else. The Spire, as of right now, everything that's possible for the Spire is now, you know, completed. Though, like I said, you know, I go out of my own way for the fleet and grind up the dilithium and get the dilithium and throw it in there so the fleet can have that pride to, hey, yeah, we completed it, look at our flashy and look at our, you know, show-off thing. Because that's what it really is, a kind of a badge to show off, you know, what you are and what you've done and all that as a fleet and everything. So, no, like I said, I'm just going to kind of do this kind of, you know, Saturday morning fleet get-together. You know, usually there's really nobody on the phone. Yep, just name. You know, and I mean, that's basically what happened to the game. You know, when the game, you know, first came out, there was a lot of people playing this and everything else. But then when the so-called grind level came in and you had to do all this extra grinding to get gear and this and everything else, you know, it kind of pushed people away. So they were like, okay, you know, all this grinding, this and everything else. And then you got all these grindings here to, you know, get everything done and all this other stuff. Then you got these here, you know, kind of grind that you got to deal with. And you can see this character pretty much has it all, this and everything else. And then to the accolades there, you see I pretty much got almost every accolade on this. There's a few of them that I don't have yet, like this one here. This is this one here. I pretty much have almost every accolade. This one here I was working on, but I can't seem to get these two completed for some reason. And you can see all these little check marks, because I've already completed that. Like this one right here, this is the Delta Invasion one. You know, I couldn't really find a good team to help me go down there and get it completed and get these bosses, you know, killed. This one right here, that's the only one that's not shown up. As many times I have done, you know, fleet alert, this, that, and all, this guy had not shown up yet. I've had everybody else keep constantly showing up, and not this last guy. This one here is the Delta Invasion Zone again. And then like these here, you know, when you go attack these, you know, Dark battleships, just everything else, I keep finding these here, but I don't find the others. They don't seem to show up, because it's a random thing. And then these here, these are all red alerts. Right now the red alert seems to be broken, but nobody seems to be doing them anymore. Because I'm part of the red alert team, but I hardly ever see that thing pop up, and when I go into sector space looking to them, I never seem to be able to find them. And then this one here, this one's broken. And then this one here, and after I stopped playing, I was hoping to get this actually completed, but it just kept, you know, getting up more and more and more, so I just stopped, you know, grinding for that one. And this one right here, I still can't find it. This one right here, a lot of people on the forum keeps yelling about this one. You know, where the hell is this one at? You know, and then of course here's my ground leveling. And when it comes to accolades, I pretty much almost got every accolade in this game now. And these here. And this is when you're flying around sector space and you find those the troll missions just that non-sector space. You click on them and go in. You like that one there? That one's all no stone. Like I said, some of these, and I just kind of got bored grinding on them on some of these. And these here, this used to be where when you were doing the dailies, you was able to do this one real good, this, that, everything else. And I was grinding on them, trying to get rid of them. So then they took it out, and now they kind of went back to the other way where, you know, like once a day you did a go. They used to have this daily where, one time during the day you'd go in, you'd be able to do like 2, 3 of them back to back and get a credit for 3 of them. And then TDT here. I told him I'd stop doing it because the TDT thing's broken. There's a lot of these I would like to get done in these here. You know, like I said, this one trying to do it. You know, and that's another thing that I'm really looking forward to it. When it comes next week, they're going to have this this mechanism where we'll be able to get rid of these damn gold diggers that, you know, they come in with, you know, Lieutenant Commander gear, and all they're doing is just collecting the loot stored and collecting the credit stored and everything else. But they have no desire to complete the ops, you know, no desire to do the mission, you know, really, really good and do it correctly. You know, they just come in and they want to, you know, they get the loot. It never fails. You get the loot, you follow the name, go back to the exchange, and let's say the loot is some, you know, Dorg, some kind of Dorg gun, or, you know, some gun that would be specialized tuned to take out the Dorgs, and the gold dot wins the loot. You go back to the exchange, well, guess what? There he is. He's selling it for $5 million. You know, which is just... And this game's going to try to get rid of these gold diggers and try to get it under control there, because that's another reason why I kind of stopped playing this game for a while. And I played through the game. I love to play through the game, for the storyline, for the achievements, for the accolades, and bragging right today. I've done this mission, I've got this, here's what I've done, and then I come back and, well, this is how I did it. You know, you do it this way. You can, you know, do this way, you can do it in about 10 minutes. Or you can do this way and, you know, find all the accolades and go exploring in the mission and just everything else and find all the stuff. You know, I enjoy doing that in this game, but these gold diggers just came in the last few years and just totally ruined this game. And then, of course, the game, yes, there are some issues where the game's broken in some areas, and Cryptic doesn't seem to, you know, realize that, or they're too busy taking care of the other thing instead of fixing the bugs and getting the bugs, you know, sorted out. Like these here, these are story accolades. See, a lot of these I've done, just everything like this one here, you know. And many times I try to get a team on with science and tactical. Unfortunately, I can't seem to do this. And this Soul Saver, I don't know why I can't seem to, you know, figure out where that is and how to complete that. But then that's the other thing that bugged me about this game. Some missions, you got to have all 3. And of course, right now I'm an engineer. But on some other, you know, missions, you've got an engineering thing in there, a science in there, and a tactical. And if you get all 3 in there that completes it, you'll get a bonus accolade. Just say, hey, you've done it. Here's the, you know, the bonus accolade. But, you know, sometimes just people are just not there. All these other ones. Yeah, because I'm kind of taking a look just to see, because come next week, some of these are going to get changed around, and some of these others, hopefully I've got them, hopefully I've completed it, because they're, once again, changing things around, where, like the, I'll go ahead and hit out. Like the exploring the clusters. I used to love doing the clusters because when you needed to get your your material for crafting or whatever this time, you wanted to go to the clusters because that's where the best ones were at. Was in the cluster zones. Now we're gonna go this one first and this one over. And yes, I'm still flying my whole fleet thing, this, that, and all. But I have changed up a little bit. Right now, I'm flying this one, which is on your in the Kara set, just everything else. I'm using this one here because it basically rips your shield and gets the shield down out of the way. Then this one here, because I love dropping lines and letting lines do their job. So I'm back to using that. And then, of course, you need this one here to get the bonus of the weapons set. So I'm running that. And as you can see, I'm getting a plus 10 accuracy. Alright, swing over. And you can see it right there. There it is. And that's now the Delta Varanus of Dauntless, the cluster now. Alright, again. 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 I don't have any of them, so again. I don't have any of these at all. Now I thought to the new accolade now that if you travel to all of these clusters and visit all of them and start missions on all of them, there's supposed to be a new, what do they call it? I'm gonna head back. Accolade for visiting all of them and start doing all missions at them. And, like I said, let's see. Alright, we got this now. See, I'm almost to 13. I'm like less than halfway. And you can see 3, 2, 1. So a lot of these I'm not even done yet. I'm just now grinding on them. I'm working on them. I'm now working on this one. This is your crafting school. See, 13, 13. These two I'm now working on. These three, I'll start working on these once I finally get the last one unlocked. Because more than likely I'll get this one done. And then I can start rotating them up to get them all to 15. And that's basically what, a lot of people stop playing because of the how long the grind, instead of, doing the grind, taking about a week to do it or a month to do it, and that's taken, like this one I've been doing ever since this new one's come out, and this is maybe 2 months now, going on 3. And I'm just now, hitting 13 and to these 2 now. So because of the grind fest, a lot of people kind of love the game because of the grind fest. The inner soul system. But, like I said, I like to grind. I'm still going to be here grinding. Just like Star Wars Galaxy. I was putting up there at the beginning. With everything else, I was there the whole 8 years. And, when it came time for Star Wars Galaxy to say goodbye to everybody, me and a few friends of mine was all sitting on there. And, a lot of us, like me, I went running back to Coruscant. And I was sitting at Coruscant when they kicked everybody, just everything else. And I'm like, okay, goodbye, Coruscant. Live happy. And they kicked everybody from the game and shut the game down for good. So, that's what more likely they're going to have to do with me here. According to the game developers, now if they plan to have this game around, and one of them need to comment about how, well, World of Warcraft has been going on 8, 9, 10 years, and we want to do the same thing, and basically be one of the main games, 10 years from now, just like World of Warcraft is 10 years from now. I've seen games come and go, and some games I put my money into it and kind of hoped they'd be there, and the so-called standard where they get up to 2 years and then, well, we couldn't make it. We couldn't, make it work, so thank you for your time, goodbye, and leave. And then I've seen other games where, like Star Wars, they managed to get past the 2-year mark, and now, they got the Revan package out, which I also bought. Then you got like Star Citizen, that I put some money into it, and I'm kind of got my fingers crossed for it. Unfortunately for Star Citizen, I'm definitely going to have to, get a better computer, because a lot of these newer games are not coming out that they're requiring the better equipment to your basic equipment. And speaking of equipment, what do you all think of that Assassin's Creed? I played a little bit of it, but I never got into Assassin's Creed. But Ubisoft has decided that the 60 frames per second mark was ridiculously stupid and not worth trying, because the game view, the game texture, it's just oversaturated and just crappy looking at 60 frames per second. So by them taking it down to 30 frames per second, and that's where the so-called game standard to that all games should aspire to, hitting 30 frames per second and achieving 30 frames per second to get the best game experience and best game viewing of the game. To me, I don't know, because like right now, yeah, you can see down here in the corner, I'm hitting 24, 25, 24, 25, but it's basically the game engine. Like on Star Wars, I'm constantly doing over 60. I'm a lot of times hitting 100, 110. I have to get, because there's a lot of games they have a cap. Some games have a cap at 60. Other games have a cap at 100. But like I said, some games, like this game here, because I guess it's the way it's optimized. That's why I barely ever hit 30 frames per second ever. But then other games like Star Wars Old Republic, I'm constantly doing, 70, 80, 90 a lot of times, because the game optimization, the way it's run, just everything else. So, I don't know, I always thought it was best to hit that 60 frames per second, because that would be a playable game when you're doing 60, not only for, be able to play and see the action on the game, but also seeing the details. But I guess Ubisoft, the way they're thinking, about how our hardware is not up there, because most people don't have 1,000 or 2,000 to get the Titan, which is like 1,500, I think. Or the other one that's Oh hell, I have to get the A&D one. I think it's a 295X2 or something. Like two something. I know it's an R9, but it's like $900. And they did that to undercut Zeta's Titans video cards. Now, granted, he's right. Most people don't have a lot of money to get the high-end stuff. There's a lot of people who want the budget type, the budget setups to play, play the game and be enjoyable. Because that's the fun they have. Because their money is going to bills, their living expense, things that they need, each day for, car gas and, cigarette, beer, and all that kind of stuff. Because that's how society's come about. But then you've got the industry who's, well, if you stop drinking and get rid of your alcoholic problem, it'll afford this Titan Block card. Or, if you didn't eat as much and start living healthy and blah, blah, it'll get this top-of-the-line CPU. Well, some people don't want to do that because, they see that as a necessity. While the gaming industry, that's just a luxury. They go in here, they play a little bit. When they're satisfied with their playtime, they leave and go somewhere else because of life necessities and stuff. But I just kind of found that, okay, Ubisoft is saying that the game industry should run 30 frames a second because that is the best playable. And as you can see, right now, 22, 24, 23. I don't know if you can see this down here in the corner down here. While the thing's recording, it's telling me in my frames a second. Then up here, I've got the little thing up here. I don't have everything all locked up, but I decided to turn it all off because I couldn't get that to show up because, I had, oh crap, I forget what the inside calls it, Afterburner software that, monitors my CPU, monitors my hard drive, and graphics card, all of that, and tells me what it's doing while I'm playing. But, I don't know. Just my kind of views on the gaming industry and hold. But, like I said, it's Saturday morning, so this is my, basically fleet checkup, fleet check-in. So far there's nobody on the fleet. I'm the only one on right now. Such a lonely fleet. But like I said, Sherry was just telling me last night that that we now have our upgrade STOR, or start 2-day STOR on a countdown, so I'm very, very good. So this is just a fleet update to the SAS that, in 9 days, we're going to have to tier STOR, but we'll have more grinding to do, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here and kind of do my morning grind with everything else. So, thank you everybody for grinding with me and leveling up with me and getting this thing, up to 2-day STOR and getting these projects done and out of the way and trying to hang in here. I know the game gets kind of repetitive and boring, but hopefully next week on the Delta Rising, I've been doing the Twiddle test server, and I'm going to tell you people, get ready for excitement again, because they have now come back to where they're making the game fun again, but at the same time, the one side is, where people are saying, well, I left because the game was getting, too boring, the bosses were just too easy, the so-called, surprise factor, getting surprised, when doing missions, and like, oh, I didn't expect that today in that mission type attitude. When the Delta Rising comes out, it's going back to that, and then the one good thing, we've got, of course, in the last, thought this thing open. Yeah, this one here. This one right here, the stuff between stars, where we met Eric Cooper and the whole entire thing. Actually, it was. Well, see, now they kind of put it back into the story, so it's got a storyline. First, you meet this guy, and and I love how they done this. Of course, this one here, this Sullian Dyson Steer, teacher show. We get to meet Eric Cooper, and we find out that Eric Cooper's an Undine in disguise, and he, keep disguising himself to, give Tuvok a headache and keep challenging Tuvok. But, the so-called, when you start up here, when you first start the game, we're at war with the Klingons. At the same time, we've got, like the, these guys here. See, this is where it starts right here. Welcome to Earth Space Dock when you start the game. And then you see like 1, 2, 3, 50. Yes, that's right. I'm not thinking of Star Wars, because Star Wars, it's 55. Here it's 50. They come next week, this is going to go up to 60. And also in the Star Wars, come December, they're going up to 62. So, pretty much this game here and the Star Wars, I'll make sure that I, save up my money and buy all the little toys, just everything else and all, so I can be right there at the top. Kyle was asking me, now Jane Roos already went out and bought the pack already. Like these two I don't have yet. I bought a couple of things for this one. Yeah. Oh, they're not too showing it. Unless it's not in the game yet. Yeah, what I'm looking for at the Delta Rising one. I don't see it. See, all these I don't have yet. I had some of them, but not all of them. I guess they don't have it yet. Well, I guess next week it'll be in the SWTOR. I guess next week. But like I said, I'm just going to kind of give a morning review. Just that in 9 days, I'm very happy. So thank you, Fleet, for getting it grinded out and done in 9 days, 7 hours, 1 minute. We'll have SWTOR done. So thanks to everybody, and I'm going to go ahead and conclude this Saturday morning Fleet thing get together. So thank you. Please subscribe to my channel, please click the like button, dislike button, and thank you for watching. A little long, bye for now, bye.